promises to deliver an ecstatic mood of living without any let, without any hindrance, without any interruption, without any break. If there is so, I am now determined to study this. That means people, having gone through the experience of life, have tried to find out how best he could achieve that equanimity, that poise, that joy, that ecstasy, that peace. Now hereafter means it is suggesting that the students of this Yoga Sutra have gone through this preliminary attitude. It is preconceived that people who come to study have made up their mind, come what may, I am going to give it a go. And I will not shake. I will not be hesitant. I will not be doubting. I will carry on. So, Atha, in the Brahma Sutra you will find the word Atha has been added. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Atha means therefore. That is a later one, so one additional word has been used to make it understandable. This being more ancient one, they took it for granted by the word Atha. It will implant in listeners' mind that now, therefore, hereafter. Therefore means my experience tells me that we should try something else which will give me an eternal state of ecstasy, peace, tranquility and joy. Anusasanam. Anusasanam here means Shishtasya Sasanam. That is, it is not the creation of Maharishi Patanjali. The wisdom is eternal. The wisdom and wisdom of God is eternal. It is Maharishi Patanjali who raised himself to that level of awareness and he absorbed the whole wisdom through this methodology. Having absorbed it, he assimilated it and put it into that thought process. The vehicle of those thinking is these Sanskrit words. Anusasanam there means you cannot say it is a creation of Patanjali. It is not a creation of Patanjali. It is an eternal wisdom. It is an eternal procedure or methodology which by investigative approach by Maharishi Patanjali, he raised his level of awareness to that height where he was one with this wisdom of God. And having been one with the wisdom of God, he saturated himself, he assimilated those ideas, and having done so, he put it in a very cogent, logical, rational, sequential manner, one after the other, so that it became a system for all of us to follow if we want to reach that particular goal. So, Anushasana means something which has been experienced by somebody, which is eternally existing and codified, as it were, for your and my understanding. That is how the first shloka, sutra starts. As I told you, I will hurriedly cover the 4 sutras now and then come back to the first again, because then it will be understandable to you as to what is the subject matter of this very, very, I would say, interesting subject, and everything in my country and elsewhere says by the name of yoga. So let us try to find out what yoga really is. So, the next shloka is, the second sutra is, Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. Yoga is nothing else but the art which gives you the capacity to stop the vrittis that happen in chitta. Nirodha. Nirodha means to stop. Now, it needs quite a substantial amount of explanation because the word chitta is not known to us. The word vritti is not known to us. If all these words are not known to us, how can I stop it? Nirodha. If I don't know AB of it, how can I construct a word or a sentence? So we have to have some time to perceive what is this concept of chitta, what is this concept of vritti. And having had these concepts totally clarified, we'll try to find out how to stop the vrittis from developing in the chitta. So the first shloka is introduction. The second shloka is introducing you to methodology. And the third shloka says, Tada drashtu sharupe avasthanam. When it happens, what happens? When you have succeeded in stopping the vrittis happening in your chitta, bear with me for a while, when you have succeeded in stopping the vrittis which happen in your chitta, at that time, drashtu swarupe avasthanam. The experiencer at that time is poised in the glory and the majesty of his own original nature. Swarupa, his original nature, not adulterated by anything. Tada, when a person, by following yoga anusasanam, has been able to stop the formation of vrittis in his chitta and has been able to stop it totally, that stage of the experiencer who has done this to himself, he is then poised in the glory and the ecstasy of his true original nature. And next, fourth, vritti sarupam itaratra. What is that? Before you attain that stage of nirodha, you are constantly identifying yourself with the vrittis that happen to take place in your chitta, and you do not know what is your true original nature. You are a victim of the fluctuations of the vrittis that it takes place within you. These are the four starting shlokas. Now let us analyze for you. The first shloka introduces the subject. The first chapter of this Yoga Sutra is therefore named as the Samadhi Pada. Second shloka, Yoga Chittavritti Nirodha. That is, yoga is that art, that technique, that procedure, that methodology